Seriously.
Listen, man, I want you to know how much I love you. I'm very, very proud of you, and I'm so happy that you found Erica. She's amazing, and I'm just glad to be here with you. So, and my brother. So, let's go get her done.
Okay, the only thing I can say is this is after my birth. This is the next most wonderful day of my life, besides all the other wonderful days before this. And the only thing I can say, it's special to be able to be a part of it. And I just wish Marilyn could be here. That's all. Okay.
She's here.
Okay.
Ryan, yeah, you did it. Congratulations. It's part of my speech anyway. But you know, we're all proud of you. You found someone that's gonna balance you out. You guys are gonna live a happy life.
Toby, you want to say something?
I'm just shocked. I thought he was gay. You want to say anything to Uncle Ryan? Watch your drink, please. Say something nice about Uncle Ryan.
Or just say something about the wedding. Are you excited, buddy?
Yeah.
Oh,
He just wants to drink his coke.
Do you like Erica? Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Brian.
Well, just happy to be here. Congratulations. Long time coming, and glad to know you. Glad we've been friends for not as long as Greg, but yeah. Thanks for having me here. Appreciate it.
All right, so we're gonna drink this. This is symbolic. Bundaberg rum means a lot to a lot of us. A lot of us are tied to going to Australia, playing polo cross, riding horses, and it just has a lot of meaning. This drink to us. But thanks for being here. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else. This is like such a phenomenal group of people. So thanks for making the effort, and y'all looking awesome, looking sharp. And so here's to the future of health and happiness for everybody in our lives, and that we continue to, find times like this to have a drink. And
Cool.
all right,
Cheers.
cheers.
Hi, everyone. What a beautiful day, huh? The way the fog just parted. You couldn't have special ordered this day any better. Erica, you look absolutely stunning. Try not to cry. And Ryan, you look so handsome, just the way her Prince Charming I always thought you would look. This afternoon and entire weekend have been amazing. And it's obvious to see that so much love and thought have gone into every single detail. I'm incredibly honored to be standing next to you two today. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Elizabeth Allis, Erica's matron of honor and one of her best friends. Erica and I met sophomore year of college at the University of Maine through our sorority, Chi Omega. Woo woo! Though I'm still convinced in another lifetime, we've probably been friends since we were babies, because it often feels like you've always been a part of my life. One of my first memories of the two of us was that fall that we met at college. We were at the sorority house, and we were standing next to each other getting ready for a night out in the Chi bathroom. We were just doing our hair and our makeup, helping each other pick out outfits, and I just remember you and talking about life and thinking and looking at you and just feeling like you were so smart and so beautiful, and I hoped that we would become good friends. It was just such a simple memory, but for me, it was the beginning of one of the most important friendships of my life. It may sound, Erica was just a little more than a year older than me, which I will continue to remind her about for the rest of our lives. But I already looked up to you so much. Over the next semester, she became like a big sister to me, which I really felt was such a bonus in life. As this oldest of 3 girls in my family, I've always looked out for my own little sisters. And I can remember the feeling knowing that I finally had someone looking out for me. And here we are, 15 years later, and Erica has continued to go above and beyond in that role. and she's managed to be there for me whenever I've needed her. We've traveled the world together. We've lived all over the country together, moving all the way to Arizona and back together. We've celebrated almost every St. Patrick's Day together, which I've always thought was one of our favorites because whenever we've met people, we always tell them that we're Irish twins whenever they ask if we're sisters, and they usually believe us. We've sipped wine together, and we've sat and wined together. We've thrown showers and parties for each other, shared a love for Sex and the City, watching, I think, almost every episode together, and so much more. I think Erica has been a part of all the big moments and even most of the little moments of my adult life. It's hard to remember her ever not being there. So you can imagine when you have someone in your life like Erica, who feels like family, that you want nothing but the best for them. And as her pseudo little sister, it was of course my job to look out for her too. I remember the first time I was gonna meet Ryan. It was just this past winter, right after New Year's, and they were coming down to spend the weekend with my family in Connecticut. And Erica had told me lots of great things about him, but I really had to make sure for myself. So I planned and prepared this elaborate speech for you, Ryan, about how you better be good to Erica or else. And anyone that knows me knows that else is not good. But when you showed up, the two of you, there at the door was Ryan holding all of Erica's bags, which for those of you who know Erica, traveling lightly is not her strongest strength. And he spent the entire weekend treating us both like princesses, because that's the kind of guy he is. He helped cook and clean every single meal. He stayed up chatting until 2 a.m. about everything and nothing. All weekend he spent the days playing hide and seek and reading story after story to my 2 baby boys. And that's when I knew you were gonna be a great dad someday. You took all of the pictures that Erica requested. And I knew in those moments, I didn't need to say a single thing. I could tell Ryan already loved her so much. I'd always hoped Erica would find someone at least half as loving and loyal as her. Someone who would encourage her need for adventure and exploring new places. Someone who would recognize there's truly no one else like her in the world. And during that short time we had together that weekend, I knew the person I'd been hoping for her to find all along was Ryan. He's all the things that I wanted for my best friend and more. Ryan, I'm so grateful for the way that you love Erica. And I'm beyond excited to see this next chapter of your lives unfold. And while they may be a little different, I have just as many hopes for the two of you as newlyweds as I did for Erica before she met the man of her dreams. I hope that you never stop supporting each other's passions, such as Erica's love for photography and travel and a delicious glass of chilled wine, white specifically, and Ryan's love for horses and polo lacrosse. When learning new things like how to navigate your roles as husband and wife, I hope you remember that love is patient, love is kind, and there's so much beauty in the journey. I hope you both are always happy for each other's happiness, sad for each other's sadness, and stand together no matter what life throws your way. I hope times never get tough, but if they do, I hope you remember to lean on each other, and that you have a whole room of people here today who love and support you and will continue to do so for decades to come. And finally, I hope that when you have both turned old and gray, after you've seen the world, chased all your dreams, raised your babies, and held your grandchildren, while you're sitting in your rockers on your front porch at the farm, that you will also be so happy to have been each other's forever. And with that, I'd like to propose a toast. Here's to happily ever after to the new Mr. and Mrs. Murphy. I love you both. Cheers.
You did it. You finally got married. I feel like I owe a few people some money, around $830, but you did it. I'm so excited for you. Full disclosure, my wife asked me to print out my notes here so I stay on topic and on time per page 16, Article 5, Addendum 3 of the agenda today. I've known Ryan almost my entire life. During that time, almost, I haven't fully understood any of his decisions except for one. Your choice to put salmon on the menu tonight is impeccable. Or should I say, your choice to marry Erica, who picked the salmon for the menu, is impeccable. After a lot of thought, and I had plenty of time, I finally figured out why we're best friends. We're complete opposites. And I'll give you a few examples. So growing up, Ryan would always say I work too much, and I would always say Ryan didn't work enough. But Ryan gave me a lot of skills growing up. One was to be adaptive. We had this great game of tag. It was our own special version. Instead of running after each other, Ryan had a 1,000-pound four-wheeler, and I had a 100-pound dirt bike. And we used to going head-to-head, not an option. So when I would hear Ryan coming, I would cut my bike, hide in the bushes, and wait for him to go flying by before I popped out, being adaptive. We also enjoyed a good round of paintball. Ryan had this 100-count magazine of paintballs, which was a fully automatic gun, versus my single shooter. Once again, I learned patience. I would wait till the barrage of paint hit every single thing but me, and then pop out to make my move. Another little fact here, Ryan actually bought me my first cell phone. Just when I thought we had talked about everything there was to talk about, Ryan always had something more to say. And this is back in the time when you couldn't delete the messages, so he'd call me and leave like a 10-minute message about everything and nothing, about his breakfast, how his eggs looked, what he was going to do, when he was going to work out. And that was just the morning. I have to say, Ryan was constantly pushing me outside my comfort zone. Ryan and I traveled multi-countries and multi-states through our friendship. And if it by trains, planes, boats, and automobiles, we managed to visit the entire world. One thing I did learn is when you purchase a car with full coverage and you hit a few things, you don't owe them a dime when you return it. So, life lessons. So our approaches to life might be completely different, and we might be polar opposites. But no matter how we've navigated through things, the end result has been the same. We've remained best friends. Ryan has challenged me in areas that I thank him for and ultimately made me a better person. If it wasn't for you, I'd probably be at work right now, within 30 miles of my hometown, and no stamps on my passport. So for that, I thank you. I'm not getting choked up, I'm just looking at the next sentence here. Ryan, it's an honor and a privilege to stand next to you on this very special day. I couldn't be more happy that you found your true companion. And if I'm being honest, you're opposite in a lot of ways. If your marriage is anything like our friendship, and I have full confidence it will be, it'll be one of the best. So I'd like to make a toast to Ryan and his beautiful bride. May your love be everlasting. Cheers.